Beth Stevenson. Welcome to Living Large on Little, where you learn to live well while saving time and money. Today we're going to do some dehydrated meals, and so we're going to start by cooking the dry beans. I bought them 25 pounds. This bag costs about $15, and so very inexpensive food, but beans are extremely nutritious. So 2 pounds goes into the hot pot or the electric pressure cooker. This particular electric pressure cooker is a Cuisinart brand. This is the first one that I got, which started my love affair with this type of an appliance. They are so versatile. I just love them. And one of the things I love about them is that you can use the really basic ingredients like brown rice or beans, and you can have it ready to serve very quickly, and you don't heat up your whole house by cooking something on the stovetop. It works really well for split peas if you want to do a split peas and ham soup, or as I've shown in other videos, bottling meats or whatever, or cooking meats loose in there. In fact, today I'm going to add a generous, that's about a half a tablespoon of salt. Add a little more water. You can't overdo the water when you're cooking beans because they expand so much. So I'm going to fill it right up to the maximum capacity. Here's some leftover pork that I have. I was bottling it the other day, and this didn't fit in a bottle, but it's not quite enough to make a serving or make a meal around, so I'm just going to put it in there with the beans. It'll cook, and it will turn out just fine. Pop this lid on. Now, this one works just with time, so I'm going to press the menu button and put it on high pressure, and then set the time. So there we go. Press start. I can ignore it. It'll take care of itself. All right, these beans are done. I fished the pork out of it. The beans dyed the pork kind of a dark brown, but that's not going to matter because I'm just going to mix this with a little bit of salsa and put it in a tortilla for, I'm going to do an experiment, and I'm going to time dehydrating the beans in the dehydrator with doing them in a convection oven. And so if you have a convection oven, you can use it like a regular dehydrator, and it works really well. I've done it in the past, but I'm going to do them simultaneously today, and so it'll show you the difference. These beans are done, they're cooked, they're very tender. I'm going to dump out the water into a colander. So these beans are rinsed, and the main reason I wanted to rinse them is because they can be kind of pasty if you don't rinse them pretty well. And I also want them to be cool enough for me to handle, to get them spread out on this cookie sheet. So this is just a cookie sheet covered in parchment paper, and I'm going to spread them out so that they are as much as possible not touched. Will be fine for instant chili mix, and they will be fine for rehydrating and using as refried beans, mashed beans to put in burritos or on tostadas, any kind of food that would take regular canned beans. You can use these once they're rehydrated. They take just a few minutes, probably 10 minutes at the very most, to rehydrate after they've been dehydrated. So I've got these 2 trays that are cookie sheets that are covered with parchment paper, and they have the beans spread out on them so that they're a single layer anyway, not piled up very much. And I'm going to put them in the oven on the convex. So I'll turn it on bake, and then I'll turn the temperature down to 170 degrees, which is the lowest temperature that this oven will go, and start. And so then I'm just going to slide these in, staggering the trays, and it'll be good to go. I think it takes about an hour and a half for those to be completely dry, ready to store. So I gave them a little bit of a head start. Now this is one of the trays from my Nesco Garden Master dehydrator. I haven't had the dehydrator very long, but I've had a ton of fun with it since I got it. This is a clean screen that just kind of keeps the racks a little bit cleaner. And so I'll spread the beans on here. Okay, I've got these all loaded into the dehydrator, but rather than run it in the house where it's going to make it really hot in the kitchen, I'm going to put it out on the back step. It's about 100 degrees today, and so that the high heat and the low humidity that we have here in the desert is going to give it an even shorter drying time. So off we go. Okay, so it's ready to turn on. It's set for the highest temperature, which is 160 degrees. Turn it on. Because of the airflow that's coming up from the fan underneath, there are no bugs or anything that's going to fly against that air current that's coming out of this hole. So it'll be safe from insects, and according to the race that we're in, I think it will be about an hour and a half for this as well. The oven might be a little bit faster, but we'll see. Okay, the race is over. And what we learned was that the beans that were done in the oven were faster than the ones that were done in the dehydrator. The dehydrator took about an hour longer with approximately the same amount of beans in it. Crispy, dry nuggets here that I rehydrated about 10 minutes ago. And they are already back to the state that they were before they were dehydrated.